Hello, I'm back, fellow Avatar and Korra fans. After a long drought of no news, we finally have probably the most news-filled month yet for Korra fans during their wait for Book 3. Pretty much, I was planning on making a weekly update video, but then it turned into monthly, and then I was just like, okay, I'll just wait until a lot of news comes out and make 2 or 3 videos if I have to. So that's what I'm doing this time. I'll see how long this takes me, and if I have to, I'll run over into part 2 of this update video. Things I'll cover in this two-parter, if it has to be. The Rift Part 3 description, that the new Avatar comics, Dark Horse Comics and its future with involving Avatar and Korra, Primetime Emmys, the Jeremy Zuckerman interview, who is the composer for Legend of Korra, and the most exciting thing is the Korra Book 3 art book has been announced with, let me say, some exciting details about, considering we didn't know anything about Book 3, were like kind of discovered on the cover of it. So yeah, let's get into that. I'll start with the least like the smallest like discussion topics. The first one being the Rift Part 3 description. I don't have the exact wording, but pretty much it says bonds will be tested as an ancient spirit wreaks vengeance against the earthen fire refinery kind of like type of thing that where we went in part 1, and then it was that giant rock spirit thing that Aang got a vision of from Yongchen, and then at the end, which is the most important thing and interesting as well, the last sentence sounds exactly what Korra Book 3 and some of Book 2 was about. It said, Aang must answer one important question: can humans and spirits coexist? And which, right when I read that, I was like, isn't that what Korra is about? I was like, cool. Because that's pretty much, I'm wondering if it'll be cool to see how the two avatars being so different with like their attitude and how they think and everything, what their opinion on that is. Maybe Aang knew about the portals and he chose not to do it because it wasn't what the world needed at that particular time. Then 7 years later, maybe Korra decided maybe this is what this needs. Maybe because we don't know what happened. Maybe we'll find out in the next comic trilogy, if there is one, based on his decision and so forth. I do like how they're kind of like starting to combine them now that we're getting further later from the series. Aang's like 17 or 18 now, and we're moving really fast and getting closer to Korra, of course. And I'm liking how they're trying to finally bridge that gap and mentioning Korra, referencing what we learned and already know and so forth, which I think is because like it came out pretty much, I guess you could say, around the same time Book 2 and Book 3 will. So that's pretty good. So yeah, that's exciting. And now move on to the Primetime Emmys. The Daytime Emmys, which Legend of Korra was nominated for last year, those nominations have been announced. But of course, Book 2 didn't air in like the daytime, which they said I can't remember, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It was like 7 p.m. right after that. So, and later on. So obviously it wouldn't be nominated this year in that Emmy show, but Korra now is prime time, which is really exciting. because the primetime movies are just a bigger deal. They're more impressive just because normally primetime shows are the more adult type of things that get nominated, which just like Avatar was nominated for primetime Emmys because it ran at primetime. If you didn't know, back in the day, and it won pretty much every time it was nominated as I think so. Yeah, so it's kind of funny. All these kid shows are whipping these adult shows, and I think Korra would too. Because the main competition that has been nominated every year, which you would just think it would be nominated again if they've been nominated every year, are like The Simpsons, Family Guy, I think, other stuff, a few stuff that no one cares about. Then Korra should be, which, in my opinion, Korra just has that. I mean, just look at it and the quality of it, just like Avatar, no other like animated show just has a continuous flowing storyline. Even though Korra is just a different story every season, they still continue. They're still continuous. I mean, they just the art in it and the writing, the music, everything. Overall, I mean, it's just a high quality show, just like Avatar. And in my opinion, it has that one. And the nominations should be announced July. Primetime Emmys, I think, are being held August 25th this year. So, yeah, around Book 3's time. This will be exciting. Next is the fact that Dark Horse Comics, who, of course, publishes the Avatar comics, like The Rift, The Search, The Promise, so forth, maybe Korra ones in the future. They're losing Star Wars as a franchise, obviously, because Disney bought it, and they were looking for a new franchise, and apparently, not officially announced, but referenced, they chose Avatar as that main franchise. Avatar and Korra, I guess you could say. Which I think is really smart. Obviously, Star Wars was probably like their most popular, along with Avatar up there too, and now that Star Wars is gone, Avatar should be up there. I would say that too, based on what they also have. And which hints at the fact that, even though it's not confirmed, it's referencing that the Avatar comics will continue after the Rift. Just because if they make it their main thing, obviously they won't. I think they said the contract with Star Wars ends like late this year. So obviously the Rift will end this year, and if they're gonna restart like this new as a company with another headliner, a new headliner, obviously that wouldn't be ending. So that pretty much hints at some other ones after that. And yeah, that's pretty much all. That's just exciting that they chose that. So that's what's inferred anyway. Also, the Jeremy Zuckerman, once again, the composer for Korra and Avatar, actually. He had an interview with several Korra fans that came together and made a podcast. I listened to it. It was really good. It was really interesting. He talked about different stuff from Book 3 to like the production and everything, his personal life and so forth. It was just really good. He obviously can't say much. Obviously, he's in production and he knows how things are going because he meets with them at Nickelodeon and so forth, and talks to them. Obviously, they don't have a release date yet. That's what he said, but they do have plenty, and he emphasized plenty, of content ready to go. Pretty much now they're just waiting on Nickelodeon to say, okay, this is the date. Go promote it as best as you can. So, which obviously we kind of knew that, but it's nice just to hear. And also, what else is there? that was the main point. There's plenty of content ready, and also that Bolin will get his own theme in book 3. Then he also said book 3 will be more emotional, just like Avatar, like previously I've said on one of my videos like a month back. And then that's pretty much all the main points. And he did say that Nickelodeon hasn't like confirmed, yet they didn't totally forget about the book 2 soundtrack or also an Avatar soundtrack. They're still being tossed around, but he said we'll see. He doesn't have anything to talk to about that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Plenty of content ready. Sounds good to me, and I'm just excited. Now let me try to get through as much of this art book conversation as I can. It's supposed to be released January 20th, 2015, which obviously book 3 would have to be fully aired after that before that, if they're like already promoting the merchandise for it. And so, well, obviously we wouldn't think it'd be later. I think September at the latest, which would make sense. Like 3-month wait for merchandise sounds good to me. And then the most interesting thing, I'll pull up the cover. It's not high quality, but there it is, and it doesn't come up that good on the screen. But you can see that she has an airbender staff that someone pointed out it looked like Aang's, which is really interesting. Maybe Tenzin passed it on to her, which would be cool. I want to see her like gliding and fighting with it, yeah. And also, the northern air temple is in the background, which is also exciting. Because you can see where it got blown up in the battle for it in Season 1 of Avatar, which is nice to see now. And what I'm really curious about the northern air temple, it seems like there's going to be a lot of traveling this season. Obviously, we've seen the airship in the short book 3 trailer from like February, so we know they're going to be traveling around a lot. Obviously, Earth Kingdom, and then this. It'll be awesome to see that. And also, I'm curious if the Mechanists, like later generation, maybe Teo's kids, are still living there, which would be really awesome if they brought that back, kind of, and referenced that. But anyway, there's not really like much to talk about that. It's just exciting, and I was just really confused yet really excited to see the Airbender staff and Korra with her hair down once again. Which a lot of fans is really popular in the community and like Tumblr and everything. Korra has her hair down. Oh my gosh, it's the best day of my life. That's what everyone was saying. Then, when I'm wondering, why was it announced so early? I'm wondering if like, I'll go ahead and bring it up. The book 2 art book, which comes out in the next few months, is already selling really well. Maybe they're trying to hint that book 4 will come out really soon after that. Like they said they might go straight into it afterwards, because they're already in the episode production on that. So obviously they can't wait 5 months after that, then wait 5 months again after all the merchandise for book 3 has been released, if it's that close. So yeah, I'm just wondering, is that a good sign that it's selling really well and Nickelodeon knows that and they're just trying to give us a treat? But once again, it's Nickelodeon. They haven't like said that on promoted in any way on Twitter. Someone just caught it. Just Nickelodeon not caring about us. Once again, what's new? And plus, what does this mean for the release date? I'm sticking with my thing. I think they're gonna have a big panel at San Diego Comic-Con. I think it's gonna premiere in August this time. Yeah, that's my theory. And once again, merchandise is selling really well for book 2. This is hinting at really a soon book 3 release date, obviously. Then more merchandise, probably. Probably Nickelodeon is finally realizing that Korra has a massive fan following, just like Avatar did. And yeah, pretty much that's it. But still, it's exciting. I'll show you it one more time, so you can speculate. Be sure to leave comments on what you think might happen this season based on that. And yeah, thanks for watching.